Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today I've got 3 replays to show you in the Tier 9 Polish heavy tank, the Resilient. The Resilient is a brand new premium tank which was released yesterday. Now this tank is basically, Wargaming have released it for the Ukrainian charity United 24, which basically focusing around providing like Type C ambulances for Ukraine, and 100% of the profits from this tank will go towards the charity. Now, because of that, if you are looking at purchasing this tank, you can't purchase it for gold. You need to purchase it through either the Xbox store or the PlayStation store, and that's where you can purchase this tank. So, as it's a brand new tank, I am going to, before we get into the replays, just go over briefly on the tank and a bit of information about it, and then, you know, as always, I'll just get into the replays and I can explain, you know, how the tank works as the replays develop. So this heavy tank, it's basically, if you've ever played the 50TP Proto, the Tier 8 Polish premium heavy tank, that is this tank, but buffed up to Tier 9. It's essentially that. It is basically that tank, but a Tier 9 version. So if you enjoyed playing that tank, you'll probably enjoy playing this tank. It basically got a buff to the, you know, the gun, the accuracy to the gun, etc. The armor's been buffed, and yeah, so I actually quite enjoy playing this tank. It's got, it's very good on a ridge line. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression over the side. It's got 8 degrees of gun depression over the front. You've got 440 alpha. The standard penetration, you know, is not amazing. It's only 240. But then on the premium rounds, you've got 310 APCR rounds with, you know, decent shell velocity of 112.90 and 110 on the standard rounds. It's good hold down. It's got a good turret, so that is where, you know, where possible, you know, if you do want to try and be using like ridge lines and stuff like that. Obviously, you can't always do that, but that's where this tank would excel, trying to use its turret and its good gun depression. It's got a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour, so it's not the quickest in that sense, but it accelerates to that top speed fairly well, I've found. So it actually feels quite mobile for a heavy tank with 2,000 hit points. But like I say, if you ever played the Proto, it's that tank, but Tier 9, and it comes with this Ukrainian skin, which I actually think looks quite nice. So that's enough of me rambling on. As I say, it's easier just to explain the tank during the videos. So let's just get into the videos and see how we get on then. Okay, so on to replay number 1 then. This time we are on Ruinberg, and we are top tier. So, you know, it's going to be quite effective at top tier. There is 2 front police in the game, and I think there's 2 enemy light tanks. So, you know, ideally I want to be playing where I'm hold down. If I can use rubble, or if I can use ridge lines and things like that. But you can't always, that can't always happen on every map. So initially I'm just pushing into town, see what we spot, and I'm just trying to get into a battle essentially. This Victoria pokes around, and we managed to slap that shot in, picking up our first penetration, you know, going for like 450 there. And now we're going to try and get onto this corner and see if we can get any shots. I've noticed that a mill coming around the corner, which could lead to be a bit of a problem if he overpokes on us here. I'm hoping our heavy tank can cover us, but it looks like a lot of our team have actually gone to the, you know, the other side, and we're kind of outnumbered right now, which is not ideal. So I'm trying to focus on getting some shots into this heavy tank, trying to side scrape here. It can be a little bit awkward side scraping, I find, in this tank, because you have got quite a just a design of the front of the tank can leave you to expose your tracks or get caught out, because you can get penned through the you know, through the hole. You know, the lower plate's fairly easy to pen in this tank. It is mainly the turret, you know, which is going to help you out. Unfortunately, we eat a shot there trying to get one into the other enemy Resilient. We do get one in, but now I'm trying to back up, because I know there's that enemy mill on the other side. I really want the teammates, the enemy, to kind of push me so I can get the damage. But you see this Emil, this is a problem. I'm kind of surprised he's not overpoking more to get shots into us there, but I guess we do have a a heavy tank behind us covering us, and the fun police is also looking for shots at us. So this is not an ideal scenario right now. We're down to 1,000 hit points, or 1,100 hit points, and we're kind of somewhat trapped. We do manage to pen the mill. We're getting slapped by the fun police as well, who's splashing us. And at this point, I'm thinking this is not great. You know, I think I want to try and back out of this situation if I can. But then the enemy resilient shoots, so I am going to know that he's on reload, so I'm going to try and put my shot back into him. Unfortunately, I bounce, and yeah, now I'm just going to try and reverse out of this scenario, because we've lost a lot of hit points early doors, and this is still a very close game. So my friendly heavy tank in front of me is in a good position. He's side scraping off of this building, so I'm just going to side scrape behind him, kind of use him as my cover while he uses the rock as their cover. And now I want the enemy team to push around, because if they push around, yeah, I could actually be in a good position to brawl them. I can't really push around this corner right now. I am using the small mini-map just because I wanted to know exactly where the enemy movements are. I kind of know what's going on around me, but I do tend to, when I play, I like to switch between the small map and the big map, you know, just so I know what's going on at all times, and just, you know, for whatever situation occurs to me. But at this point, I'm just swapping back to the other map so I can work out what to do, because I can't, no, this is a stalemate there. Unless the enemy team push me, which I don't think that's going to happen, I'm not going to get anything. I'm not achieving anything right now. So I'm going to try and reposition and see if I can get shots in elsewhere. But bear in mind, I don't particularly want to leave my heavy tank there by itself. So I am caught in somewhat two minds. You know, I don't want to leave him, you know, when I leave him to push him and I'm not there to help him. But also I need to try and get some damage. So at this point, yeah, you can see where I was caught in two minds. I was thinking some enemy tanks were going to push around, but that's still not happening. We do get a shot into that enemy medium tank there. Trying to get shot into this enemy IS. He's supposed a little bit his lower plate. He does manage to pen me there. I'm guessing he got a shot into my lower plate. I'm just looking to see where we got the pen in. And we do manage to get one in at least, though, putting us on to about just shy of 3,000 damage. Still a very, very close game here. Still, you know, keeping an eye out to see if they're going to full send my heavy tank. We managed to get one into that IS, though, and finish off the enemy IS, putting us on to 3,000 damage and 1 kill with 400 assistance. And now I'm going to try and push forward to get some more damage, because we have won the left side of the map. My team are shooting down this corridor. As you can see, shots are going down. So I'm going to see if I can try and get a shot in. I think I've just spotted an enemy one-shot paladin. I'm going to just try and quickly take out before he's able to get a shot into me. The other heavy tank round the right is also a one-shot. So I'm starting to think, you know what, I think this is time to go in. Because I think the Emil has actually moved now. And I'm going to try and help my heavy tank against this enemy resilient. I am a potential one-shot to the resilient. You know, I'm on 427. Unless I'm running armour angling, but I am on a one-shot. Now I put the resilient onto one-shot. I'm thinking my heavy tank's going to be able to finish him off. I've got to turn towards this medium. He manages to pen me. I'm going to try and get my shot in here. I do put him onto a one-shot, but I'm kind of thinking he's going to take me out. But thankfully, the medium tank hits me. Then I'm kind of surprised that resilient actually shot me in the back there, but thankfully missed. I thought he would have been focused on the tank in front of him, but he does try and take me out. Thankfully, you know, I managed to survive that, putting us onto 3 kills, 4,500 roughly damage, with a full health tank left. I want to get some more damage out of this game. I am on a one shot. Unfortunately, you know, say with those 440 alpha guns, they can be a bit derpy if you don't fully aim them. And I did miss that shot, which is a shame, because that's kind of cost me some damage here. Because I get one more shot in, but I could have had another, like, just shy of 500 damage, which would have put me over the 5k mark. But at least we get the kill, and that brings us an end to replay number 1, finishing up with just shy of 5,000 damage, 4 kills, 600 assistance, and we get the first class and high caliber there. But 2 more replays to come, so let's move on to the second replay. Okay, so here we are, replay number 2. It is a tier 10 lobby this time. We are on the Grim Graveyard, which is essentially proc, but you know, with the spooky version. I think it actually looks pretty cool. There's a few like extra bits of cover you can use on this map, and I do quite like it. But there's no fun police on this map, no artillery, which is great for us because we can actually go hold down in a ridge line in the middle, and we don't have to keep relocating, worrying about getting shot from the sky, and this tank can be really effective. But initially, I think I got a little bit confused with all the spooky stuff going on, and I started going up towards the 1-9 for no reason other than I lost my bearings. Didn't mean to do that, but now we're going to try and go towards where we want to go, and that's just get up into these ridge lines. It is a tier 10 lobby with lots of nasty tier 10 tank destroyers, which obviously that can go for our turret, so we do need to be wary of that. And what I mean by that is when we poke, look for shots but don't stay looking for too long. Basically, you see I'm getting detected. I don't want to sort of overextend and let a big Jag Tiger or a Death Star or a Turan hit us. We don't want to, we've got to be a little bit careful. Now, this is probably the worst thing. You can imagine my feeling right now. I run out of batteries, and I'm thinking I'm on a great map for me. I'm probably going to get destroyed here because I'm halfway up the ridge, and I'm thinking this is not good. So I'm currently running around my house looking for some batteries, but thankfully we got some and we put some in a controller and we're okay. We're back in the game and we managed to not lose any hit points for it. I mean, that could have been worse. Imagine if I poked up and my batteries died now. This wouldn't be good. I saw a window of opportunity to get the bowl. Now, it's always risky going over in the bowl, and you have to do it at the right moment. But I saw that window, and I took it. And now we can extend our view range to hopefully try and spot up more stuff at the back. As you can see, those sort of camping tank destroyers, etc. And then I'm hoping we can maybe get our assistance from our friendly team. A lot of our TDs are kind of quite far back on the one line. Understandable that they don't want to get caught out by any tank destroyers, but I feel like they probably could push up a little bit further and get some shots in now, because our friendly tank did spot that area out, and you saw they were quite far up the back of the map. There is also no light tanks on this game, which is very, very good. If I'm going to get this map with no light tanks or fun police, it's going to be ideal for me in this tank because I've got that gun depression. You can see as I'm poking over the top here, I've only got the 8 degrees. I need to get the full 10. I do need to look over the side of the tank basically. So it's just something to bear in mind when you are using the ridge lines. So when I'm straight frontally, I'll get more. But I'm just trying to be wary. At the moment, my main goal is to just try and keep as many stuff detected as I can. And when I see an opportunity for a shot, I can take it. But I'm not getting overzealous because I can't. Just like I say, it is important to do, because sometimes where you lose all your hit points is where you aim for that extra second too long and then you get caught out. I'm also being mindful that if there's TDs more directly to my left, I've got to be careful. Now we actually bounced at that Jaeger off of our turret there, and because he shot, he got detected and we managed to punish him in return. Seen an opportunity to get that TD, but I don't follow the shot because at that point when my turret's turned, anything on the right is going to be able to pen me. So I'm being very careful about that. I get penned by that enemy Centurion in the side there. I guess he's not got the big gun. Trying to see if we can get any shots into this E75 when he's turned his turret like that, which we do when we're starting to pick up some damage. But it's still a close game. I feel like as a team, we've got good control of this map though, because we're all the way scattered along this ridge. And we are starting to get some tank destroyers pushed forward, so we're starting to win a good area of the map. The enemy team has, got more tanks on the hill on the far right of the map. I'm never that concerned about that area, if I'm honest. A lot of the time, it kind of just turns into a camp fest, and sometimes you find like one tank ends up holding like 5 tanks there, and then they're just out of the game. So, in a situation like this, when there's no artillery and there's no light tanks, you've got no reason not to play the ridge in a tank like this with all these gun depression. It's going to suit it. And I'm starting to find shots in. Now we managed to pick up 3,000 damage, 2 kills. Again, just trying to get another shot, see if we can get a shot into that Jaeger. I know there's a few more tank destroyers there because I think they're in a platoon. From memory, I think there's like a Jaeger and an S-bar, and I can't remember what the third tank is, but there's some nasty tank destroyers in a platoon, and I don't want to lose all my hit points in this. Trying to get one into the side of the E5 there. Don't quite manage it. Like I said, I'm not fully aiming the shots, but we are on 600 assistance, 3,000 damage. I was hoping to get more assistance in this, but obviously we are a heavy tank. We don't have the best of view ranges, but we do get one into the Jaeger TD again at the end there. He's now too low down. He's probably going to struggle to get shots into us, but I've got to be careful now. He's undetected because he could be looking for us. But we do have a friendly tank who is pushing out the one line, and if he manages to win this one line, he gets down to the end, he's going to spot everything for us. He's probably going to pick up some good assistance because I'll be able to shoot the tanks which he's spotted. I am trying to get shots into the E5, but again, it's not trying to overextend. But now this game is, all of a sudden, just, we've turned this on the head. It's now 12 versus 4. So it's just about, can we get as much damage out as we can now? We can try and get the track wheel shot onto this TD, see if we can pick up any assistance. Unfortunately, we don't pen the track wheel there. I was hoping to pick up some assistance off of him, but unfortunately our team didn't have the shots on, so I'm just going to try and get some of the rest of the damage into this enemy E5 there. We get one shot in. Hopefully we can get another one in. We can see I've kind of expected him to die here, but he's bouncing a few shots. Thankfully we do get another one in, and that brings us an end to replay number 2 with one final replay to come. So let's just see how we got on, and we move on to the final replay. We get 2 kills, just shy of 5,000 damage again, 800 assistance and 1,000 blocks. Only the first class, but we saved the best to last, and let's move on to the final replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay of the video. This time we are on Canis. Now, it is a tier 10 lobby again, so we're bottom tier. But, with 310 APCR pen, I'm not too concerned about going against tier 10s because we still have decent armour, and we have, we're not going to struggle to pen anything really with that 310 APCR. There is one enemy fun police in the game and one enemy light tank. So at the start of this game, I'm thinking, I don't really want to. I don't like playing the town straight away a lot of the time, just because you quite often push so far, and then you end up pushing into like their TDs or the camp and stuff on the hill. So quite a lot of the time, I kind of like to try and almost secure the right hand side, and then turn back. And I like to fight the tanks when they start to push out of the hill onto us. Push out of the town onto us, because we've got easier shots into them. So I'm going to push here and try and get into position, to try and get some shots and those stuff on the right. Unfortunately, as we cross here, we do get shot. I probably could have avoided that if I crossed a little bit more safely than I did. But now I'm going to play very, very aggressively, and I'm going for the assistance to spot everything here. This is risky. I don't want to get tracked there. I instantly use my repair kit, and hopefully I don't get tracked again because I'm not in a good position yet. But now I've got to this position, I'm actually going to be able to use this rock here to keep myself hold down and try and stay protected. The main threat is tanks like that on the right, because they have shots into me here. So that's kind of my focus, to get shots in. But I'm hoping at this point I'm going to keep a lot of tanks detected, a lot of tanks spotted, and maybe our fun police and our friendly tanks can get shots into them, because we're going to, while they're all detected, I'm going to make it awkward for the tanks to play their, unlit here. And we have got this sort of hold down area we can use. There's an enemy Independence who is in the open now, and we are actually farming the assistance. I'm not overextending to get a shot into him because I don't need to. He's getting shot anyway, and now he's coming to us. So we're going to try and get another shot into him, which we do. And yeah, at this point he's probably going to be able to pen me, but I'm just trying my best to face frontally to him while trying to keep myself protected from the other side, because you're fairly low down tank, so you can do this. Enemy light tank now full sends into me. Thankfully he bounces. Thankfully he doesn't come and park behind us, and we're able to finish off the India Panzer. Yeah, I'm surprised this enemy Falcon hasn't got shot once yet from our friendly team on the hill. I thought he would have got shot there. Enemy heavy tank, tier 10 heavy tank is now coming in. He does bounce. We managed to get one in return. Again, I am surprised he's not getting shot at by the hill, because he's somewhat in the open right now, and I was kind of hoping to pick up the assistance. But right now I can't really leave this position, and I'm just trying to get what I can out of it. But I am, like I say, I'm kind of forcing tanks to try and engage me because I'm keeping them all detected. I am paying attention to the tanks on the right hand side, because if they poke any further from that position on the far right, as you see I keep scanning over, I want to be aware, because I don't want them to catch me out and start shooting me in the side. It shouldn't be possible, well, it'd be possible, but they should get punished for doing so, because there is tanks looking at them. but if that happens, I want to be able to shoot them. So I do keep, scanning to keep my bearings, with me. It's important when you got full scent like that in the, earlier about those light tanks. If you don't panic and completely turn your tank so you get shot by more tanks, you just got to try and stay calm in that sort of scenario. We managed to get a shot into that enemy tier 10 Rambopanzer light tank there, and he is now falling back. And we're just trying to keep these shots available to why I say it looks like at this point I'm thinking, are these heavy tanks going to start pushing out on the right? If that happens, I really want to make sure I make my shots count and don't miss them, because that could be a weakness for me right now. A lot of our tanks are starting to push through the town, but this is still a fairly even game at the moment. It's 14-12. We had a decent start to the game. We've got around sort of 2,000 odd damage, picked up a kill and a little bit of assistance. Enemy concept does get taken out by our friendly E4, and hopefully that will stop the enemy team pushing that way. Looking to try and get some shots into this enemy enemy light tank there. Just try not overextend too much. Want to try and say hold down, look for the shot. Thankfully we do get that shot in, which puts him onto, I think, a 2-shot to us. And hopefully maybe get shot by the other tanks that might get taken out, because obviously it's going to be annoying having that light tank as the vision. Just keeping an eye out on the right hand side just to make sure I don't get shot in the right, because I am constantly detected and targeted here, so something's looking at us. I'm assuming it's that light tank from earlier, but I'm guessing it's not. Must have been this Barras, or the light tank did get a shot into us and we managed to bounce that there. So I think we've bounced around about 3,000 damage here, so we bounced a lot of damage from this position, bounced way over our hit point pool, so thankfully we did, otherwise we would have been dead. Trying to get another shot into this enemy Barras. At this point I feel like we've started to lose numbers in the town area, and I am considering just getting out of it and going back. We're down to 2 tanks in the town. The problem I've got is leaving this position at the moment. I'm going to get shot by the light tank and also get shot by that enemy Barras. Now the Barras has just shot 1 shell, so I know he's going to be, he's only going to either be on reload or he's only got 1 shot left in his clip. But I'm looking to see if we can get a punish on this light tank as he leaves. Unfortunately, my shot just goes behind him. It would have been really nice if we could have hit that tank, and that would have obviously put him onto, well, might have killed him actually, and that definitely would have been handy if we do. Again, this Barras is looking for shots on this. He's probably about reloaded now, so probably still has the 2 shots in the chamber. It's still a very, very close game, but we have now lost the town area. Well, at least it looks like we're going to lose that town area. There's only 1 tank, and that means I don't want to be here anymore, because if I'm stuck in this position, they're going to start pushing behind me. But I don't want to eat 2 shots off the Barras. No, I don't mind eating 1. I don't really want to eat 2. So I want to kind of try and make him shoot, because I do need to leave here. That I know that's for certain. I need to turn around. I can't push forward. That play never really works that well, because I'm going to be pushing into lots of camping tanks at the base. But the Barras does bounce his shot there, so now I know that he's only got a minimum of 1 shell left. So worst case, unless he sets me on fire, I'm not going to lose a fortune of my hit points. So I am going to use that window of opportunity to retreat and try and get into a position to fight the tanks leaving the town, because I prefer to fight them leaving the town, normally because you quite often have tanks on your sort of camping base hill, and that means as they push out the town, if you can spot them at the right point, then you're going to be able to get shots into them. Have just spotted a enemy Rhino in the middle. Now I know he's on about sort of 600 hit points. He's going to be a 2-shot to us, and I'm thinking I don't really want this tank behind us. I know I can kill him and out-trade him, and I'm just going to kill this tank while I know where he is, while I know that there's nothing he can really do stopping us going into him, because we've got him spotted there, and I just want to get rid of him basically, so it's 1 tank out of the game, because this is a close one. We do eat 1 coming in. We know worst case, we're going to be able to kill him now. We can eat a second one. I don't want to, but I'm going to try and face hug him like this. Thankfully, he bounces, and then we're able to get our final shot in, taking him out, which is good, because we've dealt with that tank behind us now. I didn't want to have to fight their the town with a tank, you know, behind us. It's a shame we couldn't have killed that light tank, really, because that light tank at the end like this is, you know, light tanks are always very, very powerful at the end of the game on a map where you can rotate and use your camo to your advantage, because there's less tanks in the game. So if you can take those out early, you know, it's very, very helpful. So it's now an even Steven 6 versus 6. We've blocked around about 4,000 damage at this point, and I think we've done about, you know, 3,600 of our own. So we have had a good game. We've got 1,000 assistance with 2 kills, but it's very, very close. So I'm going to see if I can try and spot anything in the town for it maybe to get shot by our friendly artillery, our friendly fun police. And yeah, I just got to be very, very careful because I don't know if there's any big TDs there. We spot an enemy VK, he gets a nice shot into us. Thankfully, we get a nice one back in his cupola. I think putting him onto a one-shot, but I'm also a potential one-shot to him now if he high rolls. So that's something, yeah, makes it a little bit awkward now, a little bit more risky trying to get kills into him. And yes, we've got to be a little bit conscious of that. I don't really want to push round like I just did. I think I'd rather them come out a bit further, but I want to go and get some vision behind us because I think there is still that enemy light tank. I can't remember, I think there might be that enemy Barras alive as well. And I don't want those tanks flanking behind me, you know, with me being on 469 hit points. So I'm at this point just waiting to see if that's what's going to happen, because if it does happen now, I'm ready for it. I'm going to know if they push out of the town, because you can see on the mini map we've got that medium in the bottom corner, so I'm kind of relying on him for that vision, that if they do come around the town I'm going to know about it and turn around. But now I decide our E4's kind of pushed up, and he's fairly healthy, so I might try and push up and see if I can maybe catch anything like out. Maybe there's a heavy tank with not a lot of camo, see if we can get a bit of information. This is risky, I get detected here, but I'm not targeted. So something's spotting me, but they don't quite have a shot at me here. But I want to be a little bit careful. I am hull down here, so you know, I can bounce shots, but you know, these higher tier tank destroyers, they can go through you anyway. And I think the other tank is a Ruthless as well. So obviously if he uses a Hesh pen there, or the HE, he can probably splash us for the rest of our hit points without even having to pen us. Now, unfortunately, our VZ gets taken out by the Ruthless. It does at least give us a bit of information, because I know that Ruthless is a one-shot to me now. That's important information to know. Yeah, that's going to be very helpful, because it means the Ruthless can't just full send us and kill us. You know, if we manage to be aware of what's happening, we can kill him before it gets an opportunity to do so, because obviously that tank is quite derpy. Well, it's very derpy, so you do have to forward it for the aim your shots, and it hasn't got a great aim time. So if he snapshots me, unless he gets lucky, you know, there's a good chance he misses. Now this enemy VK gets spotted. This is awkward. I want to try and take him out, and thankfully that cupola shot goes in, and we're able to take him off. That's one thing where that nice APCR is good, because you've got that shell velocity, so it is good, better at hitting those shots. Enemy Morat's crossing. I want to get one shot into him here. Unfortunately, that shot doesn't hit, which kind of, you know, could be costly. It's in a 4 versus 4, but that Morat, our other tanks are on. Yeah, he could potentially, you know, I think clip out. I can't remember how many health the artillery has, but I know the medium is a one shot, and I'm hoping, you know, he might be able to take up both our tanks here. So this is not good. I want to push him, because if he does shoot, then he's going to go and reload, and I need that Morat dead essentially, because there's a light tank that thankfully just got spotted on the other side of the map, so I know I've got a bit of time to get there. The Ruthless is not particularly quick, and the other tank is a heavy tank. The Ruthless has got spotted, so now this is my window opportunity to try and kill this Morat. Now he's missed 2 shots, and then he just misses his 3rd shot, so now he is on reload. So I need to try and push him and kill him while he's in reload. We've got one shot in. I really want to hit this shot, and I just hit the divot of the ridge, which overextended my gun turret, and I couldn't get the shot in. And that is, yeah, frustrating, because that shot would have been very important, because it would have put him on a one shot for me. Because right now he's probably fairly close to coming off of reload. He's probably still on reload now, but he's not far off of coming off of reload. I want to try and get this shot in. I do get that shot in, but it doesn't roll high enough to kill him, which is a shame. And if I'd have just hit that shot earlier, or hit the first cross shot, this tank would have already been dead. Because although the Murat is on the one shot, he's still very, very powerful because he's got good camo and he can outmaneuver me, outspot me, and that's not ideal. But this enemy heavy tank has got detected and he's on a one shot, so I'm going to wait because he doesn't actually know I'm here, and we do manage to get that shot in, which even this is up to a 2 versus 3, but my friendly tank on my team is obviously the fun police. Is not going to be ideal in this situation. He's obviously going to be awkward. He's fighting a light tank and a Murat, two things which are, are going to be a nightmare in this scenario. The light tank is a one shot to me. I'm looking to try and get shots in, but I'm also conscious we spotted that enemy Ruthless earlier on the left. I don't know if he's going to come behind me or if he's going to push through the town. I can't be sure at this point, but I do get detected when I push up. Now that could have been from the light tank, that also could have been from the Murat looking for shots. So as much as I want to go over and help our friendly artillery here, I can't see a way of me getting over there. But we are running out of time. It's on a 33 seconds on the clock, and we are losing this game right now. Ruthless comes around. We get the kill, which puts us into a 1 versus 2. We've got 5 kills, just shy of, well, we've got about 6,000 damage, I believe. We're having a good game, but it's 18 seconds on the clock. I know both tanks are a one shot, but I'm just going for it at this point because I've lost anyway, at this point. So I'm just going in the open looking for the shot, but I'm not going to have enough time. I'm just hoping the Murat pokes and I can just snap a shot in. Like he does poke, I try and get my shot in, we just run out of time. And yeah, it's a kind of a heartbreaking end to that game there, but we did do everything we could to try and get the win. Our other pleb member there has a really good game in this VK, so shout out to him. We do manage to get 5 kills, 6,000 damage, 1,500 assistance. We get the ace tanker, the steel wall, the high caliber, and we do have a good game. But yeah, a little bit of a heartbreak ending. But yeah, that is it for the tank. So remember, if you do want to purchase this tank, it needs to be purchased via the PlayStation or the Xbox store. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and happy tanking.
Hadouken!